Hi, I'm Stefanie Wainwright. I'm a wife, a mom, a business owner, and my life is chaotic all the time. So I created this podcast to help you find the funny, the good, while navigating through the chaos. This is Chaotic Compass Podcast. Hey guys, Stefanie here, Chaotic Compass. So I'm a little raspy, got some conjunctivitis going on. So I apologize for that, but I'm pushing through. I tried to record last week and it was a complete shit show. Yeah, that was horrible. I was literally just horking along. And so I'm pretty sure that my kids, their cesspools of germs brought home something. Actually, you know what? Never mind. No, it's probably not my kids. I think my parents actually brought home this. My mom watches my sister's kids, and so it was somebody's kids. It's probably your kids, even if you don't have any kids. So anyways, I am a little doodly today. But so what's up? Hey, hi, how's it going? Super exciting. Today is my 90th episode. So let's celebrate that. Give it a little whoop whoop. So yay for me. Just past Monday last week, I turned 39. I actually said the number, so I'm not 40 yet. So a lot of celebrations on this end. It's like 90 degrees outside. Not really. It's like 65. I'm recording actually on Thanksgiving. So happy Thanksgiving to you. But it's very warm outside and we've been cooking in our house. And so the house is very warm. And so I'm in a tank top and I'm sweating my ass off. I'm also perimenopausal. So it doesn't matter. Even if it was like 30 something the other night. And I know, TMI, too bad. We're diving in. You're here. And so if you don't want to listen to all the things, then you shouldn't be here in the first place. So if you're here, thank you for listening and to continue to listen. So I'm perimenopausal and, it doesn't matter if it's 39 degrees outside. I will literally be in a tank top and shorts in my own bed, sweating my ass off in the middle of the night. And so I'm always on fire. So I had the windows open today in the house and I was dying. Thank God it was windy. So any hoops, it's 90 outside. This is my 90th episode. I feel like I'm 90. So there's a theme going on. So let's dive in. Today's episode, midlife chaos, guys. I like to paint pictures of what my life looks like, but I know that my life doesn't look like a lot of other people's life. I have a blended family. I own businesses, but I work for a company. I've been married, a few times. I live with my parents. My life probably doesn't look like anybody's, but I know that you can probably see the chaos and the funny that I deal with on a daily basis. I hope you find it funny because if I don't laugh, I'm going to cry. And so I cry too, but it's fine. But my own midlife journey looks, I've got a 16-year-old daughter. Our youngest daughter, who's Ryan's daughter, is 10. So we've got 4 kids between the ages of 16 and 10. I'm still working and grinding. I'm not retired yet. Like some people, I have friends that have been in the military for 20 years and they joined as soon as they were 18 and they're be able to retire now, and good for them. But I'm still working. So here we are. Shout out. Cheers to all the people that are still working out there. Midlife chaos. So let me just paint a little picture for you. We want to do family pictures, right? No big deal, right? So we got 4 kids and we just need to meet up at one location and get the chaos would be the pictures, right? Like trying to get a decent, no. The chaos is trying to coordinate not only my schedule, my husband's schedule, 4 little tiny human schedules, also my photographer's schedule and her daughter and her family's schedule, and try to make sure those satellites link up in some way, shape, or fashion, and then come together in a cosmic collision to where we can come together and at least get one photo that looks decent. Shout out to my photographer. Oh my gosh. Francesca, if I didn't have her, I don't know what I would do. Trying to get a good picture of my family is always an issue. But just trying to get to this point, I wasn't able to do it last year. It was like one thing after another and chaos and shit. And so I didn't get family photos last year. Do you know how much my youngest son has grown in the past 2 years since I've gotten an actual family photo? Homie is like shot up like 20 inches, and he wears a size shoe bigger than mine, and he's basically going to be like 9'4", and everybody's going to be like, do you play basketball? He's like, nah, it's fine. So the pictures that we had the last time and versus what I'm sure that was captured this time are going to be vastly different. But to coordinate just to get our tiny family to this photo shoot, let me just paint you a little bit of midlife chaos, okay? This is just trying to get family photos. I'm not trying to do anything fancy. This is literally all of us just trying to get out to Yorktown battlefields and get a little snapperoo, okay? I'm not trying to take away anything that my amazing photographer is. That battle was another battle, and I'll talk about that in a minute, but 4 kids. We did it on a Tuesday. Tuesdays are our one night where we don't have any kids. So now I've got to talk to 3 other parents to see if we can actually borrow those children just for a few hours, not even, to pick them up, get them to, and then drop them back off, because this is the only night that we have been able to, the other night that we tried to coordinate, it decided it wanted to rain and it was dark and gloomy and sad. And so I'm sure one of our family members would have been completely happy with that, melodramatic scene in the background, but I'm just looking for a little bit of pop of a color. And so we rescheduled and we had it on this past Tuesday. I had to get off work at 2:30. I had to drive and get to my daughter from her dad's house because she gets out of school at 2. And so I picked her up and then I got home. And then my husband was driving from North Carolina because he's doing a job down there, picked up our youngest daughter from school early, and then met us at the house. And so we're all showering, we're getting our hair done, and then we're waiting for the boys to get home and get off the bus. They get off the bus about 3:15, and then they walk down from the bus stop to the house. They get in the house at 3:30. It was like, go, 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 go. Let's go, because we have to be at Yorktown Battlefields at 4. Y'all, when I say chaos, so I'm trying to do my hair and makeup in the bathroom. My daughter is thankfully we have this like massive mirror that like you can angle the mirrors in there. And so I'm trying to get my makeup done, and then my daughter's trying to get her hair and makeup done, and we're slaying the day. And then my husband walks in. He's literally just taken a shower in here, so it's all like foggy and steamy. We're just trying to do our best. Okay, we're working through the chaos. And my husband tries to walk in. He's like, I gotta shave my face. And my daughter was like, this is occupied. There's gonna be some wait time, as if it's like you're trying to see an ER doctor and the wait time is going to be, or, you're trying to get customer service. The next caller will be, but it's like the bathroom downstairs, the half bath, doesn't have any wait time. You're more than welcome to. And he's like, ugh. And so he opens up the mirror that I'm literally using to curl my hair in and grabs out his shaving cream. And it's like, but we got it done. We slayed the day. I have no idea how the pictures were going to turn out. That was like, it's like I worked my ass off to get everybody here. And so if they look like shit, I don't care. I'm still going to print it out. I know they're going to be fantastic, but what the frick? That's just one day this week. That's just one example of a couple of hours in one day this week. Ooh, I'm like the mic. I live with my parents, and my mom is obsessed with Thanksgiving, and she's been talking about it for like a month now because she doesn't have anything else going on. And I'm looking at the door, making sure she's not hearing me. And so I just because I have a lot going on, and Thanksgiving was the last on my brain, especially weeks ahead of time. I'm going to start thinking about that on the Tuesday beforehand, maybe the day before, because, my husband is in another state working, and I haven't been able to have time to coordinate with him. And it's like, and for Thanksgiving, we have our 6. So my husband and I and our 4 kids, my mother and father, so that's 8. My sister, her husband, and her 2 kids. Yeah, that's 12. And then we invite my husband's mom and stepdad. So 14 people in our house. And my mom wants to talk to me last week about what she is planning on doing for sides and what she's planning on doing for desserts. I do not care. So we cheat and we go to a local restaurant, Smoke. Shout out to them. You can buy an accoutrement of different things from them. So we always get our turkey, smoked turkey, ham, a spiral ham, and biscuits, or they're not biscuits, they're rolls, and their gravy. And then we fill in with all of the sides. Is it hella expensive? Yes. Is it worth it? I don't know. It used to be very easy. And now the price is just, I don't know. It's just a little much for a turkey and a ham, rolls, and some gravy. So, anywhoops. So it was good. It was yummy. But when we're talking about this, in a month in advance and then weeks in advance, and I'm over here like, I'm just trying to get to Friday, bro. I'm living day by day, my man. Like, I'm just trying to just get by. That's my life. That's my midlife chaos right now. There is no plan. The plan is fucked. The plan is just keep everybody alive and get through the day. I might sometimes have a weekly meal plan, but lately, because my husband's been doing this job in another state, it's fuck around and find out. Monday, he wasn't here. He stayed the night down there, and I was left on my own to figure out dinner. I got some frozen orange chicken thing, and then made some rice, and I did some little gyoza. You fry them in a pan. The gyoza were amazing, but the orange chicken was disgusting. And I think those leftovers are probably going to sit in there until I got to throw them out. But somebody left me alone, unattended, to cook for myself. I've been doing really good with those HelloFresh meals, but those HelloFresh meals are hella expensive. I can't afford that on a regular. I might, splurge every once in a while, but I'm definitely going to be on that skip for a hot minute since Christmas is around the corner. So, but it's really cool. For some reason, I usually do that on a Wednesday. So I work in the office on Wednesdays, and then I got to pick up sometimes just one kid, sometimes 2, and then come home and then cook it all. And that's so stressful, and it's a lot. And I don't know why I do that to myself. But every meal that we've had, I think minus one, they're all been pretty good. So one had a lot of ginger in it, and I'm just not a ginger fan, even though I got 2 redheads. But, when I was pregnant with my daughter, I ate ginger just raw, because I was just trying to not throw up. But I threw up the entire time I was pregnant with her. It was quite disgusting. So I digress. I really do have, I had a whole printout. So there are different styles of what midlife chaos looks like for some certain people. For me, it's I have aging parents, and I was trying to get into the topic of my mom watches my my sister's kids who are 3 and 2 sometimes, but it's not often. It's maybe a day or 2 a week, not even. And so she's here all the time. My dad is always here, and they have nothing going on. And if I get to that point in my life, I'm going to go and do and see, and because I don't have to get up at the crack of dawn and work. I don't have to chauffeur kids around. And so, but my parents, they're aging, and I'm trying to get them to age in place, and I don't want to put them in a retirement home. I'm just trying to not murder my mother. And that's where I'm at with that. I know that some people in their midlife crises, midlife chaos, they're in that empty nest syndrome. And so maybe technically I'm not in my midlife chaos just yet, but I feel like I'm getting there because I feel 90. This is the 90th episode, and we had that, it's 90 degrees theme. But I know I do have some friends that are in an amazing portion of their life. They were able to build this really beautiful home out in, have a lot of land, and that's really awesome. And they have a blended family as well. And I really look up to them. They're in their 50s and, early 50s, not trying to dog them if they do actually listen to my episodes. They're in a very different stage in their life, but it's like, 10 years ago, you weren't living with your parents, but it's like, I'm not trying to compare myself. I'm just trying to give examples of what different midlife scenarios might look like, the different dynamics. Sometimes you get to, you're still parenting adult kids. Sometimes you might not even have kids at all. And like, good for you. I do have, friends that are my age that have teeny tiny baby kids. My sister is only a few years younger than me, and, she has a 3 and a 2-year-old. And so life looks very different for a lot of different people, but it's all chaotic. But I do feel like when we do have all of the kids and we don't have to go anywhere, we're getting to a point in our lives where I don't have to hover, right? We actually have a little bit of freedom and a little bit of detachment from, that portion of our life. Like last night, for instance, and I'm trying not to jinx it, like our oldest son just got in the shower without me telling him. My youngest son actually got in the shower this morning without me telling him. So it's like, oh my God, am I getting in the portion of my life where I don't have to tell my stinky ass boys to take a shower? Like that would be so much of an awesomeness, because I don't want to have to battle with you on basic hygiene. Like, I'm so excited for that portion of my life, guys. So I've really found that when you go through these transitions, and like, today I was witnessing my sister be a parent with her son that is 3 and her daughter that is 2, to witness her being a parent. And I remember those days, how hard, like, you have to basically organize your day around nap times, and you just have to hope that they don't throw a tantrum. And if they do, you just say, I'm sorry, and pack up their shit and leave. It's not, you have to cut your outing short. And, when the kids and I all go out, it's not like that. I just usually we've gone to this, the Slide Clyde again. I will always keep shouting out Slide Clyde. And Phoebus is a cidery, and they have a big, huge backyard, and we'll just get a table, and Ryan and I will sip, and usually the kids will run around because there's other kids playing there. Sometimes we'll bring board games and play that. And so it's just a way to get away from the electronics and get out and just do something different. But I feel like with each stage, like, of our lives, I really don't see when we transition from that. There's no naps anymore. Like, this is crazy. We don't have nap time. I miss nap time. I miss nap time. I hated the fight to make sure that everybody was napping, but God, I miss nap time. Nap time was so good. It was like one of those moments where you either get some peace and just quiet to reconnect, or 9 times out of 10, I was napping too, because y'all were up at the crack of dawn and y'all exhausting. And now we don't nap anymore. We're just going. But we're also in that phase where the kids are typically on electronics, and I know it's not good. And I hate that that's our lives, and we do try to pull them out and do something different. And what we do, is so much like pushback from the kids. Oh, I don't want to. But when we do the thing, we all typically have a good time. So it's interesting to see the dynamic where my sister was to where I'm at, and then to where my friends are, where they've got older kids that are all grown and out the house, and listening to their kids' stories of their early 20s and growing up and them being empty nesters. And so I think the midlife chaos looks different for a lot of different people, but for us, I've always been just amazed when I start to realize we're in a transition, but it's already like happened. And I don't want to say that I'm going to miss those days because I feel like that's such a cliche thing, but it's like you're moving into the next stage of chaos because it's being yourself and then putting kids into that. And if you don't have kids, this speaks to you regardless if you have kids or not. It's because when you transition to the next stage of your life, has its own chaos. I find it very interesting when I look back and I'm like, wow, those were such a chaotic time. I don't know how I made it through. And then I bet you, like, I don't know how I'm making it through now. I have no caffeine, sarcasm, alcohol. Like, I have no idea how I'm making it through on a regular basis because, just last night, yesterday with my real job, month end, if you know, we had a short week and have to get everything done. And usually we have a little bit more time. And because damn holidays, and just yesterday was so hard, but it started off with somehow my keys to my car got locked in there. My car is supposed to be one of those, I'm fancy schmancy. I was made in 2018 and you can't do that, but I did it. My little fob, I think battery is like dying and I think that's the only way, but Ryan's on his way back to North Carolina and so I have no backup plan. Luckily, okay, OnStar, this is not a paid programming and I do not recommend you paying for OnStar, okay, because it's like $35 a month or something, and plus the data plan and the Wi-Fi sucks. $35 a month, and I've been paying that since we've owned the car and since 2019, and I've never used it. Called them up and was like, hey, I read that somewhere on there that you can unlock my car. Here's my telephone number. Here's my name. Here's my PIN code for my account. And it said, bloop, bloop, you should be able to access your car right now. And I'm like, what? And thankfully my keys were right there. And so, but that's how my day started yesterday. And then it's all this chaos at work. And then I got to rush to go get, because my husband's working late yesterday, and I got to rush to get kids from here, rush to get a kid from here, rush to go to another county to get the last kid. And then 2 kids are missing because my father-in-law sucks at communication. And then he sucks at communication even more because he just dropped my kids off at the house. Thank God my mom was there. But that is my life. It is one what the fuck moment to the next. I literally said that last night. It's just so much what the fuckery, and I just need a moment of not what the fuck. That's why I'm here right now talking to a mic, talking to myself by myself, because my husband went to go visit with his father-in-law or his dad and took his 2 kids, and my 2 kids are with their dads, and I was like, I can't. I need some what the fuck time, okay? Because if I don't, I was literally in the floor just bawling my eyes out because I'm just exhausted with the shit and the mental load and the tasks and the chaos, and it's just so much. And then when I was visiting with my sister today, it was very humbling. When I was visiting with my sister today, I was like, I don't remember how I did it. I don't remember how I raised babies by myself and got them from point A to point B and made sure that they were fed and they're still alive. I couldn't keep a houseplant alive. So it's very much, rest in peace, George, the houseplant. But that my kids are alive and I'm alive. I don't know how we made it through. And I don't know how I'm making it through right now, except for caffeine, sarcasm, and alcohol. I'm going to cheers to that for a moment. And take a minute because I'm looking I have a YouTube account, and I looking a little red in the nose. I looking like Rudolph. Christmas is around the corner now. Oh my goodness. The other thing, this is the other portion of this, and I might have to do this in two parts, but yeah, I think I'm going to have to do this in two parts. But the other part of this is that I am living so hard day to day right now that I can't see past a weekend. I'm just trying to get to Friday, right? And I feel like when I'm living like that, I'm not achieving my goals. I have big, audacious goals. I have been, and I drank the tea of Rachel Hollis, and I've always followed that. And then Gary Vee and Brene Brown, and any of these inspirations. I drank the tea, right? I'm very forward focused. I can sit and I can, if I get the time, I haven't done it in a lot, but I sit and I meditate and I can visualize that. I've always heard that when you want to visualize a goal, that you're supposed to be able to play it like a movie in your mind, like where you can, like you are physically there, like you can, all the five senses, you can literally see it all, you can smell it, you can taste it, you can feel it, like, and not just like tactile, but like feel it in your, and I just, I know that there are bigger plans for me, but when I get lost in these day-to-days, I feel like I lose sight of those big audacious goals. I feel like I lose sight of that Stefanie. Like current me is not doing future me justice. Say that again, right? Like current me is not doing future me justice. Like I'm not serving future me like I should. Like I'm not living like I should to get future me to where I want to be. And I'm not talking like I want to be at these audacious things tomorrow. I know it's going to take time, but I'm not. I also read that people overestimate what they can get done in a year and underestimate what they can get done in 2, 3, or 5 years, which is like, that makes sense. That's me. I'm over here like we got a new roof this year, and I still have skylights that don't have any holes. It's kind of, we put some insulation and it needs to be drywalled over. And I've got a dining room table that I refinished, but I haven't done the chairs. And I plan to paint the dining room walls, and I haven't done that. But where I've come in 2 years, last year was one of the hardest years. I lied. 2021 was a fucking suck-ass year, but we're not going down that hill. Last year was one of the hardest years. I had the realization that our business was not serving us because it had too much debt. It was paying out too much in credit card fees and, interest rate loans because we had taken on too much debt to be able to survive. Facts. Not gonna lie. I'm not painting any pretty picture. I came to that realization at the end of last year that we had to make X number of dollars by an X number of point, and we weren't. Come to find out, by the end of the year, like I literally had a goal, and then we made like $75 more than that goal. So, but when I came to that realization about that goal in September, I was like, I gotta, for our family, for the longevity of our businesses, I have to get a job. I found another job. It wasn't the job for me. And I'm not going to go into the details, but it wasn't the job for me. And it sucked in. So I took a step back, and I came back to working, and I was like, God's going to provide. The universe will show me. It'll be out there. And now I have this amazing job. So 2 years ago, me would have never seen me in this place making X number of dollars a year and doing what I'm doing with a growth rate for my financial status to be exponential. I know it can be exponential when I'm in working for myself, but there are certain economic trends that are hindering that right now. I'm not going to get into politics. Facts are facts. I am a numbers person. I can back that up. And there are certain climate conditions that are playing factors in that. And so we're having to kind of pivot with our business, and we're talking about different things for next year. But for me to be able to take a step back and have a financial different look with things, and so then that's not a burden right now, that making sure that I'm getting a paycheck, because I always would make sure that my guys were getting a paycheck before I was getting a paycheck. In 2021, I didn't get a paycheck for 2 months. In the middle of summer at that, because it was a shit year. Anyways, there's an episode back, I don't know what episode number, my boat is broke. So just explains the whole issues. But when I lived through that, and I now am at where I'm at right now, so that was 3 years ago. And so I would have never seen me being in this place now. So I definitely see when I overestimate what I can do in a year and underestimate what I could do in 3. Very much fact. And I know for sure that where I'm at with my business, I know that I can course correct it. I just had to take a step back. But when you're in the weeds, like I am with my own self right now, I can't take a step back. I can't, because I'm putting out fires. I'm constantly just doing. If you're constantly doing, there's no way for you to be able to look on the outside and try to analyze and do better. But that's what had to happen. I forced myself to get another job, and I forced myself to look at this business in a different way, more analytical instead of as a necessity. And I'm seeing it in a different light, and it's definitely been very interesting for me this year. It's been really hard as well to have to take a step back and watch it do without me. It's been really hard to watch my husband do all of the things and to watch him struggle. That's by far been the worst. So I've got some ideas for this year, but at the same time, it's like I don't know how to implement them. I am in a place with where I'm at with my real job, to where I'm starting to manage a lot, oversee a lot, and it's a lot. And where I was this summer and where I'm going to be next summer is going to be vastly different. And I fear for that. I fear that I'm not even going to be able to have any part in my own businesses, and that scares the shit out of me. And so I don't want to think about the future because it scares the shit out of me. And I can't get 5 minutes with my husband to talk about it. And that scares the shit out of me because he's going and going and going and doing and doing and doing himself. So I don't know. This episode I wanted to just, midlife chaos is an interesting place. And I know it's going to be different for a lot of different people. And so I don't want to be like, oh, well, once you get to a certain age, and I'm like, I know there are a lot of, like my grandmother, I mean, she struggled to pay her bills for forever. When you live in an old farmhouse and your oil bill per month was more than my rent at the time, was insane, and then, when I'm telling her what my rent is, you're like, oh, that's so crazy. But it's over here, you just stroking a check to E.T. Lawson. And it's like, that is just, I don't understand that. And so I know that there are a lot of people that get to a certain place and they're still struggling, right? But I just want to get to a certain place where I don't give a fuck, I guess. And I think that I'm getting there. I heard this. Okay. I think this was Wanda Sykes. I'd have to find this bit, but it was very interesting to me to think. I know it was a comedy bit, but it really was interesting. So, when you're in your 20s and you care about what everybody's thinking, and she made the joke about, when somebody runs into your foot at the Walmart with their shopping cart and you're like, oh, my bad. I'm so sorry that my foot was in your way, kind of thing. But you always are apologizing. I'm still doing it. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. It's like, but that's the number one thing that I say to my kids. It's so insane. I'm trying to instill that now so they don't be like me when they grow up. Don't say sorry just do better. Don't say sorry, just do better. This wasn't a Wanda Sykes moment. That's something that I've always told my kids. Don't say sorry, just do better. Like, I love you. Thank you so much for apologizing, but you don't need to apologize. Let's figure out what caused us to do what we did, and let's try to not do that or do something different. Period. In a story. Like, let's just focus on how we could do better next time. Like, we're not going to dwell in it. I'm not going to make you feel bad about it. Like, let's just focus on the good. Right? Anywho, Wanda Sykes, I know, I'm preaching here. She was like, those were my day when estrogen in my body was very high. You know, I'm so sorry. But now that I've gotten older, my estrogen levels have dropped very low. It's basically non-existent. So I'm like a dude. Let's take that in for a second. And I'm not saying that dudes don't give a fuck, but I feel like dudes give a fuck is a lot lower, you know? And the things that they do give a fuck about, it's like, yeah, I know I need to get my oil changed, but like, spend time with your family. Like, fuck. Like, I know the oil needs to be changed in my car. I know that. So I'm not trying to make my husband feel like a piece of shit for changing my oil. But at the same time, it's like, don't just disappear for hours. Let me know that you're going to be out in the garage so I can make sure that when I do hear a tiff, I'm not expecting for you or God to take over. Okay? So that I can engage and make sure that nobody beats the fuck out of each other or nobody dies. Okay, that's all. Or make sure that when somebody's cooking ramen, aka our littlest, because she doesn't do it in the microwave like a normal human being. I make ramen in the microwave. Shut up. So she makes it on the stove. We have a gas stove, guys. Okay, little click, click, boom. We got a little fire going on. Okay, she's 10. Yes, she can. I just feel like I should be prepared and be ready and be alert just in case she were to accidentally leave a paper towel like she did the last time in the very near vicinity of an open flame. That's all I'm saying, okay? Just let me know. Just communicate. Bare min. Hey, man, I'm going to be out in the garage for a couple of hours changing the oil in your car because it's way overdue. Or I'm going to go patch the hole in the tire of your freaking car like I said I was going to do 2 months ago, and now it's leaking air like ridiculously, so we got to do something about that. Just let me know. What's up? I'm coming at my husband really hard right now. I apologize. So I feel like if I didn't give that much of a fuck where I could just disappear and not care, just literally go off the radar and just not say, I think somebody would notice, right? Somebody would notice. When I just be like, I'm going to go to the bar on the way home and I'm going to go see a friend. No harm, no foul. I'm going to go catch up with this old friend. Haven't seen them in a hot minute. And catch up. Don't know when I'm going to be home. Don't know if I'm going to need dinner. Don't know what's going to be for dinner. Right? I'm not saying that that's what my husband does, but I'm just saying that it's a couple of hours, right? Same equivalent time that it would take you to change the oil. But if I were to just disappear, thank goodness we have Life 360, so I know that you're on the property somewhere and I'm not trying to stalk you, but when I'm over here looking around and you're not in any room of the house, it's a little alarming. Okay, maybe I have a detachment syndrome. Maybe I've got some issues that I need to work on, okay? But you communicating is how I'm going to try to work through them. And if you're not constantly and effectively communicating on a regular basis, consistently, sorry, Ryan. Sorry, husband. The other part of this, I know, I'm gonna shift gears real quick out of there because I could totally go off the chain with my husband right now because I'm not in a good place with him. But my other issue is that I have noticed, especially that I just had surgery, and I preface, dude, you look amazing how you look. And if you want to be healthier, then be healthier. But just because society is screaming at you to look a certain size doesn't mean that you need to be a certain size. If you want to be healthier, be healthier. And that's what I'm talking to. I'm not talking about I want to lose weight. I want to be healthier. Okay? Now they've got that out of the way. So since my surgery, I've had I know that I've gained weight. And that was only a month and a half ago, 6 weeks ago. And so I know for a fact that I've gained weight. I haven't been as actively, moving around. I've literally have just had people, hey, can you go get me this? Can you go get me that? Because it's painful, right? So I actively and cognizant of my physical appearance, that I have gained X number of pounds. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just more aware of the extra pounds that I'm carrying. And I'm not okay with it. I don't feel comfortable in my own body. And so I have a plan, but it's at the same point, that time and that energy and that effort, when I'm literally have zero energy to get the goals done, much less the physical aspects done. So then in turn, because I don't, and it's fucking dark at like 5 now. What the, I hate this fucking time of the year, guys. Just preach it with the, literally, it's a thing. Look it up. It's a, just like, I have seasonal depression. I cannot preach it to you enough. I hate this fucking time of the year. When it starts to getting dark at like 4, I'm over here getting off work at 4. I went into work when it was dark. What are we doing? Like, it's cold. It's damp. Well, not today. It's not cold, but it's gonna be cold this weekend. We're supposed to get like lows in the 20s. Ew, it's still November. Okay, let's chill, Mother Nature. Like, if you're prepping to snow, let's get it over with. Like, obviously you're bipolar, so whatevs. But I hate this time of the year, and my mental health with where I'm at now with the extra pounds that I know that I've gained, the plan that I have to address that, and the lack of time, energy, daylight to attack it and do the things that I want to do. Like, do you realize how much that plays on your brain? I'm already tapped out to the max with all of the fucking shit that I've got going on. And so now I can't get the simplest things done. Like, Mike, now I'm going to have to go and get up at like 4 a.m. It'd still be dark. I'm going to have to walk around the fucking neighborhood and at 4 a.m. to be able to get some steps in, to be quote, quote, active. Can we just talk about how stupid that is? Like, I'm beating myself up about, 1, how I feel in my own skin, 2, that I have a plan, but I can't get it done, and 3, that the sun is a bitch and is hiding. Like, I'm beating myself up because it's dark. Mental health is a freaking thing, and I'm working through it. Do I have a plan on how to figure that out yet? No, but I'm working through it. Okay. So it's all a work in progress. But okay. Last thing, I promise this episode is a long one, guys. I think I should be able to get it all done here. But like, I think right now I have 3 things that I really want to prioritize. So self-care. So if I'm taking care of everybody else and I'm not taking care of myself, and I've said this before in other episodes, like, ain't nobody gonna put me as a priority if I'm not putting me as a priority. So, and it's not being selfish, okay? Like, look it up. Self-care, it's a fucking thing. Like, I need to prioritize my self-care. And if it means that I need to get up at 4 a.m. and take a freaking cold ass walk in the winter, think I might have to do that. Or the other option I had, what I thought about, is at my lunch taking a walk, but we'll see. Okay. But it's on my list. Prioritize my self-care. 2, staying open to change. Okay. Right. I'm vomiting in my own mouth. I know. Stick with me. Okay. I'm trying to read my notes. Sorry. Okay. So reinvention can be exciting. Okay. It can be. Like, I'm a girly that loves a new hobby, right? But when I buy all the shit and then see how maxed out my brain can be when I'm like, oh, wow, this is work, right? Because I did it once and it was like, oh, this is cool, but I can't keep it up because I've got a life and things and shit. Hence my dining room table chairs. Okay. So I got the table done. Okay. So like, why can't that be enough of a win? Well, when you sanded it down and stained it a blue gray, or gel coated it in a blue gray, and now you still have the fugly orange brown chairs, it looks a little fucking weird. Okay, so maybe you should fucking fix that. And you took 2 chairs and you took the center little things off to reupholstery them, and so now you've got 2 chairs from your old dining room set that you don't even have anymore, and you got 6 other chairs from the new one. So you've got mismatched chairs looking like you're a fucking college student. Shout out to my college students that are struggling and getting through. Hey, bro, not coming at you. I'm just saying I'm 39 and I shouldn't be looking like I've got 8 different chairs, okay? It reminds me of why are there so many fucking chairs? And he's high as fuck and they're in Vegas. Anyway, so step 1, self-care. We're going to prioritize that. Step 2, we are going to stay open to change. I'm saying this to like hype myself up. Step 3, we are going to, I'm going to puke again, embrace imperfections. Do you know how much of a struggle that is? When the kids' shoes are fucking everywhere and all I want to do is walk up the stairs, but I got to step over all the shoes, and then I just try to go upstairs to take a shower, and all of the loofahs and all of the shower shampoo and soaps bottles are not where they're supposed to be, and there's water dribbled across the floor in the bathroom because my youngest one wants to weigh herself but didn't dry herself off and decides to walk across the bathroom as if it's not, anything. It's literally now a slip and slide on the tile, and somebody peed in the toilet but then just shut the lid and didn't fucking flush it. And so letting go of the imperfections. You and me, we got this, okay? My hair is falling down because I'm getting all excited, and you and me, we got this, okay? We are going to prioritize self-care. We are going to stay open to change, and we are going to embrace imperfection. Okay? We got this, right? An hour-long episode, and we went down so many rabbit holes, and this is what we're going to come up with, okay? Am I going to give up alcohol? Absolutely fucking not, okay? Everybody's like, no, you should probably cut back. No, dude, like that is my bare min. That is on my Richter scale of self-care. Okay. And so I'm prioritizing my self-care by having this vodka and tonic. So don't come at me. Don't be a hater. Okay. Closing thoughts, wrapping it up. Okay. We are all in chaos, our own various chaos. Okay. My midlife chaos looks very different than other people's, but the chaos, this specific chaos, is temporary, and change, while it's very unsettling, it can lead to greater fulfillment and freedom. I found that quote. I didn't write down who I found that from, but change, while unsettling, can lead to greater fulfillment and freedom. Yes, we're in this journey together. Okay. So I'm going to put this out there and tell you that I'm working on it. So I am not there, but these are the things that I'm reading. These are the things that I want to work on in my life, because I've got to figure out the chaos, because I can't keep waking up in chaos and then chaos all day and then ending my day at chaos, bawling my eyes out, and then doing another day of chaos. I'm going to burn out. It's not going to be pretty, and I've got to figure something else out. So I've got to do something different. I can't keep saying sorry. I've got to do something better. So if that's the only thing that I can preach to you today, if that's the only thing that I can pass along to you, my friend, don't say sorry. Stop fucking saying sorry. Okay? Stop saying sorry. I know you are. I know you are not trying to be in the way. I know that you are not trying to hurt anybody's feelings. I know you want to love everybody. I know you are a good person. Stop saying sorry. Okay? And we're going to do better. That is it. That's all I've got for tonight, because it is late and my husband and 2 kids should be home anytime soon. But I think this was a great episode. It's an hour long, so I hope that you made it through. Please, if you have any chaotic situation that you need, that you want to tell me that where you found the funny in it, or you want some help navigating through it, or if you just want somebody to listen, I am fucking here for you. Okay. You can reach me. I am on the Instagram. You can DM me there. I'm on TikTok, and I am on Facebook for my oldie but goodie Facebook friends. You can also find me on my website at chaoticcompass.com. So I hope you all had an amazing Thanksgiving, and I hope you stuffed your face full of whatever awesomeness that you love to eat on Thanksgiving, and that you were surrounded by family and friends and people that you genuinely enjoy. And if not, I am here for you, and I'm so sorry that you might not have had the best Thanksgiving. But thank you for tuning in, and as always, have a great night. Cheers. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I appreciate all of your love and support. If you really loved today's episode, you should subscribe. And if you subscribe, then you get notifications of when my next episode launches. So another way to be super awesome would be to leave a rating and review, or recommend it to your friends and family. If you're wicked awesome, you've already done all three. Another way to keep up with me and my crazy family is check out my website at chaoticcompass.com, and I do blog and other stuff there. So I appreciate everything for you guys. I do this for you, so keep it up, because the more you subscribe, the more I do.